Hello and welcome to the Tinley Chamber Spotlight Show. My name's Maureen Sapola and I'll be your host. Happy November, everyone. We've got a great show in store for you. But before we get started, I'd like to thank our Tinley Chamber of Commerce members, volunteers, and all of the patrons that came out from our Oktoberfest, which was an exciting and very, very great event in October. So mark your calendars, folks, and make sure that you visit thetinleychamber.org for our next up-and-coming events in the month of December. So let's get started. My first guest comes to us from Cat 5 Restoration, and I'd like to welcome Tom Ballard to the show.
Thank
Hi,
you,
Tom.
Maureen.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. You?
Good, good.
Very
And welcome to the Chamber Spotlight Show.
Well, thank you. You know, this is a pleasure for you to invite us.
Well, we're happy to have you. So share with us a little bit about yourself and more so about Cat 5.
Well, Cat 5, we're a water restoration company, and they've been around for a little over 3 years. And I've just recently joined up with the company to do, I'm a mold specialist. So they want to focus because they do fire, water, and mold, but the mold was not an area that they paid a lot of mind to until they started to realize how much the mold is becoming an issue. So I've been brought over to head up that division, which has already been an interesting challenge.
I'm sure you're busy too, and just having the background in mortgages and doing residential lending, I know that an inspection is part of that equation, and I often hear mold remediation needed. And tell us a little bit about it and what it looks like, because I think a lot of consumers don't really know how dangerous it can be.
Yes, or not be. It's actually, mold is not a four-letter word. Mold's been around since biblical times. It's actually in the Bible, I think Leviticus 13, verse 46. So this, for over 2,000 years, we've been dealing with this. But up until in the last 15 years, when people started becoming a little bit more aware that it existed, was more because there was a lot of different litigation and stuff that they were trying to do against all of this. But see, God's got the perfect plan for mold outside. Its purpose is to decompose things that are dead. So when we eat, we digest our food in our bodies. Mold eats and digests outside its body. So basically when you see mold, you see its residue. And in order for it to even exist, it needs moisture, food source, and temperature. So whenever you see mold, basically what you've got is you've got a moisture issue, which that's the case where you have to go in there and you have to consider what's causing the problem. Where's the moisture coming from? There's only two types of mold that are actually dangerous, and the ones that they consider black mold. That's Stachybotrys and Cotomium. Those are very rare. Those are the kind that you see in a basement or in a crawl space where it's a dark, dank, dripping area because it's constantly being fed.
Okay.
So you don't see it that often.
Sure.
So that's why there's not a genocide, in a certain area because everybody's dying from the mold.
From a mold spore, they're
From the mold
saying.
spores.
Exactly.
Now, where it comes into play in your industry is most people probably have it up in their attic, and they don't realize that they have it there until they get ready to sell. Mm-hmm. Same within the crawl. And the reason that they don't know that they have it there is because that's not considered breathing space. So unless you're not using the attic for storage, you're probably not going up there. But it's probably a good idea to go up there for a couple of different reasons. One, it typically grows on the north side of the house or of the building because of the way that the sunlight is. Mm-hmm. And when you get up there, what you should look for is light coming up through the soffits or from some other areas around the perimeter. If you don't, then that means that it's probably got insulation or something that's blocking all that off. And as you know, air is supposed to come up through the soffit and exit through like a ridge vent. So when that doesn't happen, then the moisture, especially primarily now here in November and going through to March, this is the time when it becomes most active and it starts to come to life because the decking and the joists and everything in there are all wet.
Sure. Wow. So I guess from a consumer perspective, how long, for instance, if there is a moisture issue, does it take for it to be visible?
Well, in a case of, say, for a water damage, you've got 48 to 72 hours to get to it before it can actually turn into a mold problem.
That quick?
Yeah. So most people will be able to detect it, pretty quick, especially if it's a water damaged basement where they got to go in there and you got to remove the carpet or anything like that. typically you shouldn't really carpet a basement because there's going to be
Right. Well, you never know. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But once you if you can get to it before that and it doesn't get a chance to grow, the key is the moisture. That's the key ingredient to the whole equation. You want to make sure that you take moisture out of it. So get some dehumidifiers and some fans, and then it's probably a good idea to call somebody in to, again, walk through and see where all the trigger parts are of what may be causing it.
Okay. Okay. So your role, and let's talk a little bit about Cat 5, because you also do commercial
Yes.
work as well.
Yes.
So, and you're the mold specialist, if you will, so residential and commercial.
Commercial, residential. We actually have locations in Milwaukee, Madison. We're here in Illinois. We're in Indiana, and we just opened up in Tampa.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
So growing.
Yes.
Leaps and bounds.
Yes.
And so, for instance, if someone, the remediation process, or what does that look like? For instance, if you find something that's, a homeowner's getting ready to sell and they identify that they've got an issue, how long does it take for cleanup?
And this is the good thing about how mold has evolved over the years. Back in the old days, and I shouldn't say old days, but I mean,
That's
prior
okay.
to all of this, there were a couple other ways that they would do it. There would be soda blasting and dry ice blasting. What that would be is that's when they made it look like a crime scene in front of your house, and they're hauling all these hoses and everything all in there to go there and clean it. All of this has evolved to is where one of the products that we use, actually soaks into the pores of the wood, and it dissolves it within seconds. So it's not labor intensive. You don't have to come in there and make a big mess out of the house or anything like that. So typically, after you make the call to have somebody come in there and take a look at it, it shouldn't take that long. And the part of our success, and probably the main thing of our success, is that the relationship that we have with the clients or with the customers, whether it be commercial or whether it be residential, they know that they can just come to us and then we'll take care of everything from there. Even if there's something that has to be taken out, we can go and do the build back.
Okay.
So it starts with someone like me coming out there and doing the inspection. And, we're an honest company. We're going to tell you how bad it is, or if it can be taken care of. If it's something you can take care of on your own, then you don't need to have us in there. But if it's something a little bit more.
Sure. And then how long does the treatment, is there a warranty on it?
It depends on what type of work there is. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Like in your situation, you're more concerned with getting it out of an attic or getting it out of a crawl.
Right.
And again, that just takes a matter of 2 hours, if you even that, to do like 1,000 square foot attic.
Okay.
And then once it's gone, as long as you've taken care of the problem, which is another thing that we do, we coach you on these are the things that you need to do in your attic in order to.
What was the source of the problem?
What was the source of the problem?
Exactly.
That's the first thing we're looking for when we come up to a house.
Wow.
I could see from the gutters, I could see from the landscape. There are different triggers that we could see that causes water to get into your home.
So get to that root of the problem. Wow, very, very great. First of all, informative information that all consumers can benefit from. And Tom, our time is almost up already, and it's been such a delight to have you on the show. We look forward to seeing you back at the chamber very soon. We just have about a minute left. If you have a parting message for our audience.
You know what I forgot? I have a pizza cutter for you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Well, that's
a little
great.
odd from a remediation company to have a little pizza cutter for you.
But it's been great to have you on, and
Thank
if
you.
you have a parting message for our audience, we look forward to seeing you soon.
Well, just like if anybody has any concerns or any questions, we also do lunch and learns, where we come out and we meet with different homeowners associations to kind of talk everybody off the ledge and make sure that everything is all going to be okay. There's not going to be major issues when it comes to mold.
Well, thanks again. And to find out more about Cat 5 restoration, you can reach the tinleychamber.org website or simply call us at 708-532-5700. Thank you.
Thank you.
My next guest comes to us from ASAP Entertainment Free and Fun Bar Bingo. I'd like to welcome the founder and owner, Ron Larson. Ron, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you today?
Doing great.
Good.
Excited to be here.
Good. ASAP Entertainment is a newer member to us with the Chamber of Commerce. Ron, tell us your story.
Well, basically, we've been in the entertainment business here in the South Side since 2000. We built our business. Most folks know us as Chili's Karaoke, Chili's Trivia. And about 2013 December, we started trying out a new concept that was brought to us from Tim from Rockwell's in Orland Park. He thought it would be fun to run bingo in bars, and we started out at 4 or 5 bars with a small jackpot of a couple $100 going up $25, $50 a week. And what started as a couple bars, we're now doing 180 bars all the way across Indiana, all the way across Illinois to western Illinois, Rock Island, up into Wisconsin, and we're kind of testing the waters down in Tampa, Florida.
Wow, it sounds like it's growing leaps and bounds.
It's much more than we would have ever expected.
And it's fun. I have to tell you that about 2 weeks ago, I was introduced to it, and little did I know and put our connection together that you were behind it. And I'll tell you, it was a great time. I was with a group of people. We had a lot of fun, and I saw someone win a jackpot. So it was really, really
nice.
exciting,
Okay.
And I thought it brought a new flavor, if you will, to the local pub.
Well, outstanding. Well, it's something that folks have never seen before. People then go into a bar or a restaurant that's hosting our bingo, and they sit down, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything, and you get a bingo card and a dauber, and you play for 2 types of prizes. You play for the nightly prizes, which could be a certificate for a sandwich or a dinner or an entree. Local sponsors such as Heather House Florist on Oak Park Avenue. They've been one of our earliest sponsors. They give away a mixed bouquet, and it's beautiful. You can win pizzas, and that's the nightly prizes. But we also have what we call flash prizes. If you get a bingo in 11 numbers on game 1, you get a $27 Yankee Candle. You can pick the fragrance. On game 2, if you get a bingo in 8, 9, or 10 numbers, you win a $25, $50, or $100 gift card from anywhere. That's the way all of our games are. Every game has 10 games. Every game has a big prize attached to it. We started a new one about 5 months ago. It was a trip to Vegas. So you get a $500 Southwest Airlines gift card and then a hotel on the Strip for 3 nights. We went about 4 months without giving one away, and then just all of a sudden, one after another, we gave away 5 trips in probably 4 or 5 weeks.
And that's exciting.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, it's exciting to see how excited they get when they win stuff like this.
Sure. And tell me a little bit about your background. So it sounds like you've been doing this in the entertainment world for quite some time now.
Yeah, I went to broadcasting school back in 1981, and kind of played around with being a radio DJ for a while, and the money wasn't there as fast as I wanted it to be. So I moved on, did other things. I was on the Mercantile Exchange for 14 years, and you can imagine my wife, who's my partner, her reaction when I decided to give up the financial markets and go into mobile DJing. But it's the best thing we've ever done. It's just snowballed. We got some wonderful people that work for us, and then now with the bar bingo, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
We finally moved out of the house. We were in the house with offices and equipment for 20 years, and now we moved into an actual office complex, and we got our house to ourselves now. So it's
Great. And how many in your staff?
We have 4 full and part-timers that work in the office daily. We just added a nighttime person, but as far as bingo callers between our office and our Joliet office and up north, we probably got about 80 people calling bingo for us.
That's huge. Wow.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about, I know there's some games here in the area in Tinley Park.
Right, right. I don't want to miss anybody. I mean, we do have, like I said, about 180 locations. In Tinley Park, we do Tinley Bowl, we do the Sweet Spot, Ed and Joe's, Durbin's, VFW on Oak Park Avenue. Just to name a few, there should be one more. My internet just gave out.
That's okay. No, that's a great sample, and so many locations, and sounds like a lot to manage, but a lot of fun.
Ed and Joe's, did I mention that?
Ed and Joe's, yeah,
Okay,
right
awesome.
here on Oak Park Avenue.
Right.
So if someone wanted to come out, you had mentioned this is free then.
It's free to play, and we have a jackpot that starts at $2,000, and it goes up by $1,000 each week. Our biggest jackpot to date was $10,000, which was won last December. We got close a few months ago. We had a $9,000 jackpot. But ever since January, we've been giving away a jackpot of between $5,000 and $9,000 each month. Mm-hmm. So it's been just a great year.
It's been huge. It's been growing. So For our viewers to find out more about Free and Fun Bar Bingo, you can certainly visit the Chamber website at tinleychamber.org or call our office at 708-532-5700. So Ron, yeah, let's talk a little bit about, how does someone get on the schedule? I know the patrons can perhaps visit your website or visit the Tinley Chamber website to find out more.
Right.
How do you find your clientele? I mean,
customers find us. You mean as far as
yes,
the players?
yeah.
They talk. We're creating quite a community of. People. They go to our Facebook page. They go to our website. They know the great shows. They know the ones that. All the shows are great. All of them are
Right.
wonderful. But sometimes the prizes that each individual location put out can be really good. So they talk about that. But they find our location just by going to our website and by going to our Facebook page. And we've got some wonderful opportunities for sponsors. We've got, in the past, we've had Blue Man Group as a sponsor. We were partnered with the Chicago White Sox. They gave us 3,000 tickets to give away.
Amazing.
Currently we've got haunted houses that are giving away passes. We've got zipline tours in Marseilles. That's Zip Chicago. Zip Chicago. They give zipline tours, so it's wonderful.
A wide variety of sponsorship, and
Exactly.
then so if a restaurant bar would like to get involved, is there any criteria for them to participate or to host?
Well, the great thing about being a sponsor for us is we will promote a product or a service at our bingo shows, put their advertising up on the screens in 180 locations, and it doesn't cost a dime. If a restaurant wanted to give away a burger, the people would win it. We'd say, okay, this game is sponsored by Joe's Grill, and it's a free cheeseburger. So the customer would win it. They'd go to Joe's Grill. They'd have to purchase a beverage in order to use it.
Okay.
But then hopefully they brought some family with them, and they end up getting some new sales out of that. New customers, new people through the door, and it never costs anything. There's no obligation. All you're doing is giving away the free burger.
Okay. And how often do you update the schedule?
As far as the bingo shows,
Yes.
we're adding shows all the time.
Okay.
Yesterday we added 5 just yesterday.
So it's constantly moving.
Right. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Well, the concept, again, I was a patron and experienced it. I had a lot of fun, and it's certainly something to bring a little more fun when people are going out, and it is a 21 and older
Right. Exactly.
event, but it's great. So if there's any parting message that you'd like to share with our audience,
Sure.
our time has gone by so fast. We really greatly wish you the best, and thank you for being part of the
Thank you.
Chamber of Commerce, and look forward to seeing you in the very near future.
Outstanding. Parting message would be on Game 10, if you're one number away from a win ever, you're added to our drawing, which is coming up in December. It's our 5 for 5 holiday cash drawing. It's 5 people. Their names are going to be drawn for a $500 Visa gift card. So we're giving away $2,500 the week before Christmas, when you need it the most.
Timing is great.
Absolutely.
Timing is great. And again, for our viewers to find out more about ASAP Entertainment and Free and Fun Bar Bingo, you can visit the tinleychamber.org website or call us at 708-532-5700. Ron, thanks again. Happy holidays.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
My next guest comes to us from James & Sons Jewelers. I'd like to welcome Christine Szatko to the show. Christine, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm great.
Welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and I see you've brought some lovely items from the store.
Well, I'm sales manager at James & Sons in Orland Park. It's a family-owned business. 2 brothers, James and Jim. James, John. And they're wonderful people to work with. It's nice to have a family jeweler that wants to help you and not sell you so much.
That's great.
Comfortable environment.
James & Son has a great reputation. How many years have they been in business now?
Over 52.
That's what I knew. It was a number of years, so that's really something to say, especially for being a local business in the community and still family owned and operated. And your title is sales manager, is that correct?
Yes.
That's got to be a fun job. Tell us a little bit about the day in life of your position there.
It is a fun job. My very favorite thing is solving somebody's problems. If a young man comes in and he wants to buy his gal something and he has a very small budget, we have Alex and Ani bracelets that are perfect for him. If we have a couple that comes in and they want to get married, and we can take care of their engagement ring and their wedding band needs. If we have a graduation gift, we have perfect timepieces for them as well.
Oh my gosh, that's great. And tell us a little bit about, the foundation of the organization, and I know quality is very, very important. What does that look like behind the scenes? How is the jewelry selection done there?
Well, quality and integrity is number one with the James & Sons Jewelers, and we have it's called a no BS warranty. and that's exactly what it is. It's no BS. If you buy an engagement ring from us, we will take care of it for the rest of your life. We will refinish it twice a year. We'll replace any of the smaller diamonds that fall out in your day-to-day wear. So it's pretty exciting to be able to come in and not get a frowny face when you've damaged your ring or you've had a problem with it. We will fix it for you.
Oh, that's incredible. As far as the selection of the merchandise, is there anything, specialty? I know you had mentioned a few different pieces.
Well, we actually, this month, we have a Tacori event coming up. And what's fun about that is with any engagement ring purchase, you get a $250 Visa card. If you buy a platinum engagement ring, which you can see a few here, you get a $500 gift card towards the purchase of a wedding band to go with that engagement ring at a later date. So that's pretty exciting.
That's nice, yeah. What a nice feature. As far as locations, how large are you? Do you still have the one, or is it two now?
We actually have 3 locations. We have Lincoln Park in Chicago. We have Schererville in Indiana. We have Orland Park in this area out south, and our home office is out in this area too. We have probably about 50 associates combined with all of those locations.
Wow, still that family presence, but you have pretty strategic locations, north side, northwest Indiana, and right here in our area. So that's excellent. Very, very good. As far as hours or appointments recommended, for instance, if someone is looking, do you do design?
We do custom designs. That's really what we're known for. We have excellent goldsmiths. So we do recommend that you make an appointment because it is a lengthy process. We want to give as much time as we can to our guests.
Yeah, that's great. And what does something look like that, consultation-wise? Is it something that someone's planning an engagement ring or their own setting? What's the turn time on something like that?
Well, it depends on, we have a lot of settings in stock that are good for if a young lady has a ring that she's tired of and she wants to give it a little remake. A lot of those needs we can take care of right away, and it's probably about a 10-day to 2-week turnaround. But for a full custom design, working with the client, doing a wax prototype so her or him to approve, that does take about 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, and that seems pretty fair, especially the time that's going into it. Is the craftsmanship, is that all done there on site, or
it's
is
all done by hand, and it is done on site.
On site. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. What's trendy right now? What's the consumer looking for these days?
Well, the halo ring is always the most popular, and that is when you have a larger center stone and you have a lot of small diamonds around it. We can do that in any shape of diamond or any size. This is very popular, and diamond wedding bands are also very popular.
Okay. And is there a favorite stone style right now?
Diamond.
Yes.
Always
and
diamond.
How about a cut? What's the cut?
The most popular is the round.
It is the round. Okay. I know that a few years back there used to be the pear shape or the diamond cut, of course, and so it's interesting to see how we evolved in different styles and cuts, of course. What are the men looking for these days?
Men are looking for watches.
Ah.
Always the timepiece.
Okay.
So Rolex is, of course, our #1 and very popular. Its durability, its accuracy.
So Rolex is #1 in the men's timepieces.
Yes.
What are there many brands that you carry, or you stick to?
We actually we're very well. We like to stick with the brands that service us well.
Okay.
We do have Rolex, which is Swiss made and a very fine timepiece, but we also have Shinola, which is made in Detroit.
Okay.
So we have some American made timepieces as well that fit any price point.
That's great. That's great. So I know we're in the holiday season. It's hard to believe that we're already in the heart of the holiday season. And so what's coming, up and coming events, future plans?
Well, we just came off a very successful Mercy Home gala, so we're very philanthropic and we like to get involved in the community, so that was very successful for us. We have the Decory event coming up, and we have the Let It Snow event.
Ah.
So that's pretty cool. If you make a purchase between the 15th and 30th of November and it snows 6 inches on New Year's Eve, we will give you your purchase for free.
Wow.
But it's got to be 6 inches, and it's got to be O'Hare standard snowfall.
O'Hare recorded. Okay.
That's right.
And that's from November 5th?
November 15th through the 30th.
Okay. So some people pray for snow. I know those jewelry shoppers may be praying for snow on New Year's Eve, so that's exciting.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's a very incredible deal, especially depending on what size purchase you're making.
Exactly.
Very good. So Christine, give us a little bit of your background. I know you've been doing this for a number of years, and what makes you so passionate about for what you do?
Well, I started in the jewelry industry when I was just a young teenager, and I was fascinated by the gems and minerals and how the minerals bend light to make the gem sparkle. And it's been a passion of mine all those years, but one of my very favorite things is helping young couples start their lives together.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
Being a part of that, ultimate huge decision there.
Right.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the pieces that you brought today?
I do, actually. Since we have our Decory event coming up, I brought a few engagement rings. So we have some engagement rings and wedding bands to see. These are samples of what you can buy and get your $250 Visa card for. And then this is Decory Fashion. So this is sterling silver. So you can also do a varied collection of Decory. You don't have to just stick to an engagement ring, a wedding band. You can do pendant, earrings, and or ring.
It's beautiful. And also another item here is this cleaner.
We have our cleaning solution, which we give away, and it is free if you visit the store. And we also have polishing cloths that kind of take a little bit of that tarnish off of some of your older pieces.
That's important.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you, first of all, for being on the show. And again, exciting time of year. We wish you the best. We just have a few seconds left. If you'd like to give our viewers a parting message, we thank you and wish you a happy holiday season.
Thank you very much. Come in and visit us. We do clean rings and check rings free of charge. We will always do that for you, and so you can get a little sparkly refresher for the holiday season. But just come in just to say hi.
Well, thank you again for being on the show, and to find out more about James & Son, you can visit the tinleychamber.org website or call us at 708-532-5700. I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday season, and thank you.